Hello, I'm Dr. Peter Hucek with Central Ohio Geriatrics in Delaware, Ohio. For those of you who don't know me, I am the medical director at the Willow, Brook Christian Village and Delaware Run campuses, as well as having an outpatient geriatric office here at the Delaware campus. With the recent release of the COVID-19 vaccine, I've been approached by multiple staff members and residents at the Willowbrook community with questions and concerns regarding that vaccine. So we thought we would make a short video addressing some of those specific concerns with you. So first concern is, why should I get the vaccine? Well, the obvious reason is the significant reduction in risk of getting the COVID-19 virus. The studies that have been done have shown approximately 95% efficacy, meaning that the likelihood of actually getting ill from COVID-19 is very, very low. And if you were to actually catch the virus, having been vaccinated, your risk for becoming seriously ill is also dramatically reduced. The next concern with the vaccine is the so-called natural immunity, meaning, why don't I just get the COVID-19 virus and I'll become immune that way? Well, the interesting thing is, since the virus is a newer strain, we don't really know how well getting the COVID-19 infection will confer immunity, meaning that you may not be immune to getting it again, or that immunity may be very short-lived and you may be at risk for getting the virus within a few months after getting the initial infection. Relying on a natural immunity is a very risky proposition, not to mention, as we all know, that this virus has potential serious complications, including death, unfortunately. The next concern I have seen raised is the question of safety. The vaccine appears to have been rushed to market. That is actually a fallacy, because the origins of this immunization actually date back several years. If any of you recall, back approximately 5 years ago, there was the SARS outbreak, as it was termed, in Asia, and there was a great deal of concern that this would spread throughout the globe. Fortunately, that didn't happen. Now, interestingly, this current COVID-19 is a very similar strain of virus to that SARS virus. So the work on a vaccine for the current COVID-19 has its origins back with the SARS outbreak several years ago. So the vaccine has been in the works, you might say, for approximately 5 years. Now, the other concern is the testing on this current vaccine. Now, the current vaccine has been tested in over 50,000 individuals, and this has been to evaluate its safety and also its effectiveness. This is the standard number used for vaccine trials, the difference here being that the trials were actually run concurrently instead of consecutively, thereby speeding up the data needed to evaluate the safety and effectiveness. Lastly, there's been some concerns with this new type of vaccine. You may have heard it referred to as a messenger RNA or mRNA vaccine. This technology also is not new. It is new for a vaccine, but it has been used with various other treatments, including cancer treatments, over the past several years. So from a concern of safety and effectiveness, this is equal to previous flu vaccines and most of the other vaccines that are commonly used now. The next concern that is often expressed about the vaccination is that I will actually catch COVID-19 infection from the vaccine. Now, that is not true. As I mentioned earlier, this vaccine, as opposed to previous vaccines, does not even use the virus itself for us to achieve immunity to it. This is where that messenger or mRNA comes into play. So there is no chance of actually contracting the COVID-19 infection from the vaccination. Now, many people say, will I get ill from the vaccination? Now, because it is stimulating your immune system to recognize this virus, there is always the possibility of side effects from the vaccination itself. People often report feeling slightly ill with possible low-grade fever, headaches, body or muscle aches, but this is not dangerous, and it tends to be very short-lived, lasting only a day or two of side effects if they appear at all. So in conclusion, I just want to reinforce my positive attitude toward this COVID-19 vaccine. I will be receiving the vaccine myself, as well as my co-workers in Central Ohio Geriatrics. If you have any questions or further concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you see me in the hall, don't hesitate to ask, or you may call my office here at the Delaware Run campus, and that is 740-201-1845. And you can obtain more information also at the Willow Brook website, which is www.willow-brook.org. Thank you very much for listening today.